Who you know that got it behind the scenes like behind the O-line soon as the QB say hype? It's big game, big game. Analysis from the player's point of view. Injuries, big trades, player news. Yeah, sector competition, and he play with Tony Dungy. Better listen, I'm talking about Big Game Sports Buzz. Said everything you need and more. Yeah. Big Game Sports Buzz. I thought I told you once before. We call him Big Game James. Yeah, Big Game James. Big Game James.
What's going on, everybody? It's Wednesday. It's hump day. It is the day of Big Game Sports Buzz, where the pro athlete and the sports fanatic get together and talk about sports and everything around that. I am Jay Stocks, the Buff Nerd. Let's go. And I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend. The reason why this show is called what it is, that dude, they call him Big Game James. What up, dude? How's it going?
Yo, what's up, Stocks? What's happening, baby?
Hey, man, you know, it's another day in the life of living. It's a good thing. I'm getting kind of hyped right now, man. I don't even know why. I'm just.
I know you good. And before we get started, man,
yeah,
I got some bad news this past weekend, man. My former defensive line coach in college, but better than more than that, you've heard me talk about this guy before, man.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Don Johnson, coached college football many years, NFL football, and went to bed Friday night, man, and just did not wake up. So first and foremost, man, if anyone from the Johnson family sees this, my condolences go out to you again. I'm sorry, so sorry. Coach Jay was like that father away from home for so many of us at the University of Nevada. We needed something. He was there. You know, I credit me making it to the NFL a lot because of him and how he talked to me and taught me how to be a professional, how to be a man, and how to look at situations a certain way. So if Coach J was never placed in my life by God, I don't know if I have the outcome I have in life when it comes to football. So, you know, I got a heavy heart, man, just thinking about this since I got that news on Saturday that he passed away. And just, you know, thinking back to that last conversation we had at the end of the NFL season when he, you know, the whole staff got let go from the, you know, Carolina and with Frank Reichenham coming in. But just the way he handled it was, you know, the ultimate pro, even in that situation. You know, it just speaks a lot about him as a person. I know he's going to be greatly missed by a lot of people, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, definitely prayers up for you, for their family, also the Wolfpack family. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely understand how coaches have an impact, wherever they are, whatever type of coach they are, have an impact on a program and people, and those people affect other people. Yeah. So for sure. Yeah, man. Just prayers up for them, and you know what I'm saying, condolences and all of that goes with it.
Thanks,
man, yeah, for sure, bro. All right. Though we started off with a somber note, football is still here.
Woo,
right,
baby.
Football is still here. It is a great time of the season, man. In great time of year. NFL is rocking and rolling. NBA is going to be starting pretty soon. Man, look, it's, you know, hockey training camps are opening up. Okay, yeah. Anyway, but football is here. The debate has already started. And here's the great part about it. It's not only pros. College football is exciting. I think last year it wasn't as exciting as it was this year. And, of course, that can be attributed or contributed to Prime. But I think a lot of things that are going on as far as, you know, great coaches, great programs that are getting kind of flipped here definitely are topics of discussion. Look, make sure that you like, subscribe, share, ring the bell so you know when Big Game Sports Buzz is on your favorite podcasting network, BGSE network. Big Game Sports and Entertainment, where sports and entertainment collide. There you go. Yeah. So make sure that you do that. Hey, we love it. Before we get in here, I want you to go ahead and start thinking about this, right? Of course, we're going to do 4 downs. Oh, hell no. Between the lines, tonight's top 5. It's hard. Usually I come with the hard ones. This one is a tough one. Top 5 90s jams.
Hey, man, before we get started,
yeah,
all you music heads, we do want to see those comments, and it's at the end of the show. Don't put them too early. Try to stick around with us and let us know what you think. Can I say this right now? Hey, man, if any of my students hear this, forgive my language. Jay Stocks, you're an asshole for this. For sure. Just straight up, bro. Hey, but needless to say, man, we got some things we're going to touch on, man. So without further ado, man, you ready to get into these 4 downs?
Hey, man, let's get to the 4 downs. Let's go. Man, jumping into those 4 downs, the first down, a lot has been going on, as I said, about college football, and we're starting to maybe see the decline of one of the greatest. And Nick Saban is it fair to say Nick Saban is on the hot seat? He lost against Texas. He lost against and he had a very difficult time against USF. Against Southern Florida, 17-3, and I mean it was rough. It was a rough go of it. Do you think this is the time where maybe the game is starting to pass him by? Is he on the hot seat? Let's just start there, or should he be?
I'm gonna pump the brakes, Jay.
Okay,
because without Nick Saban, Alabama's not even relevant. Let's just first and foremost. So. Has the game passed them by? No. Are they in a horrible situation because they just don't have a real quarterback to go to? Yeah, that's what I'm going to attribute it to. But let's be realistic as well. First and foremost, I think they jumped the gun and got nervous way too fast after the Texans loss. I think you give Milroe one more week. I don't think you pull him again. If anything, you let him go into South Florida to get his confidence back. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, he's an athlete. He's not a true quarterback. He's not a pocket passer. Right. We understand that. You make the change. After that change didn't work out, you go to the third quarterback. Right. So now if you have to go back to Milroe again, hopefully he has the confidence to be an I told you so kind of guy. If not, you snatched his soul away. He's not going to play good for the remainder of the year.
And Nick has already said that he's come out and said that he is going to start. He is the starter for this next week. Yeah. But yeah, I agree with you, man. That's here's the other part too. Hey, Keith, appreciate you. Thank you for coming through here.
You coming in, bro.
Yeah. Here's the other thing too, man. And I heard this and I read it and I said, you know what? This makes sense. The backups that they were getting were 5-star backups. This transfer portal has it hasn't decimated, but it has definitely changed who they can go back to, because you look at the quarterbacks that they had before, right? Between Jalen Hurts and Tua and Bryson, like you just go down the line, man. Mac Jones, right? Those 4 quarterbacks, you're talking about 6, 7, 8 years of quarterbacking that has just continued, and now it's like, well, the commits that you had have decommitted, or they're going to other places.
Or they leave. You're right, Jay. They don't have the luxury of having 5 stars just sitting back and waiting their turn. Guys are impatient.
Yes.
Money talk, BS walk. So,
hey
man,
and it's NIL.
Why the commission from other schools is like, hey, why you want to sit back and wait? Why don't you come on over here? Come on over to Death Row, where you executive producer and in the videos. They get shit
the videos.
Yeah. They get
all up
Suge
on the
Knighted, bro.
songs. They are. And so when you have programs like Missouri that's coming up, that they were in the doldrums.
Whoa, man, you gonna celebrate that one win against Kansas State like they coming up already?
I'm just saying, look at that record though.
We 3 weeks in, dog. Come on now. Come on.
You're right, but remember, you can have a loss, and you can have an early loss. You can have an early loss, right? Like Alabama is working on the fact that, hey, if we have one early loss to a really good team, as long as Texas continues to do well and beat the brakes off of people, have good wins, that's a good win. That's a good loss for us. But when you have a UCF, when you struggle against UCF, and now you're going to go into conference play, and you got LSU, and you got, of course, Georgia, and you got, Mississippi State. I mean, I'm not saying that they're good, but all I'm saying is if you continue to struggle like this, they're out of the top 10 for the first time in like eight years or something like that.
But think about it, Jay. If Alabama goes on a run, even if they ended with only 2 losses at the end of the year, they'll be right back in conversation. Now, is it going to be a little bit tougher this year because of the SEC play? Probably, but if I'm Nick Saban, I'm not sweating bullets. Like, it's easy for me and you to, like, I should have titled this show, Is Nick Saban on the Hot Seat? I might go change it.
But you know what, though? He complained last year, though. He complained last year. He said, we should be in the play. No, you lost. And you barely beat Texas. You lost. You should not be in that conversation.
Now, also, he's not dominating the recruiting side like he had been for so many years. So it changes the outcome again. Is Nick pissed about it? Yes, because he's spoken on the NIL and the transfer portal in ways that a lot of people are like, well, you're being kind of hypocritical because you haven't needed it yet. But now that it's available for other people, you're again. I mean, it's no easy way of doing things, bro. There's no easy way of doing things. But not to be the dead horse. Is Nick Saban on the hot seat? No. Will they be in trouble if the quarterback play does not improve? Yes. They are still talented, but you made a very good point. The depth is lacking right now. They're just lacking the depth that they've had. So I hope Nick, with all those sponsorships, you got the best money he can buy. He might go.
He got the money.
Finding some debt. You got to be a quarterback out there that want to go to Alabama, man.
You know what? I don't think so. You know why? It's the prime effect, and we'll talk about that later, man. Look, he's just got fingerprints everywhere. But it's I know you're looking for it. I know you're looking for that button, man. It's the prime effect, though. It's the prime effect, right? It's how can I get eyeballs on the kids? And here's what I would say about Saban and other coaches. They believe, as well as others, that the program is the most important piece, not the players.
Wow. Okay.
And so when you have a coach like Prime or, anything like that says, hey, I'm about the players. Another person that was like that was the UK coach, right? Calipari, who was like, look, I'm trying.
Kentucky basketball, Calipari.
Yeah,
okay.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
He was like, look, I'm trying to get these kids into the NBA. Their job here is to get to the NBA. And that's why he got talent. Yes, they have, it's a storied program, blue chip. But that part right there, when it's like, hey, it's about Alabama football. It's about, the program. You can be a part of a storied program.
Okay. I mean, true enough.
That part.
Needless to say, we're going to keep this train moving. Nick
second
Saban
down.
Safe. We're good.
For this season, yes. Next season?
Let that man write his own ticket. They'll keep him there till he old and decrepit.
That is a lie, sir. That's a lie.
That's a lot of money they got to pay out and hire a new coach, Jay.
They'll wait for his contract, but I tell you what, we've seen it. We've seen it happen at A&M. They'll pay it out. Second down.
Jimbo ass about to get bought out. That's damn sure. But listen,
like I said, they got the money. Second down. And I should have added another team like Chicago, but do you believe Arizona is tanking for Caleb Williams? Let me ask, and the reason why I put this here, and I ask it this way, and that specific team is that, and this is no shade on Joshua Dobbs, but they traded for Joshua Dobbs. They get Joshua Dobbs to start. You know, Kyler Murray is what Kyler Murray is. He's hurt.
He's on the PUP list, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what's wrong? He physically unable to grow?
That's a pug list, bro. That's the pug list.
Somebody in Kyler Murray camp going to kick my ass. I'm sorry.
They can't reach it. You'll be all right. Look, all I'm saying is, do you think that? I mean, it feels like they're trying to lose without losing. You know what I mean? Like they don't want to appear to. I think they're just tired of Kyler Murray in that situation. I think the coach has seen what he has and has said, "Oh, we've got to go in a different direction."
Jay, okay, but let's. I hate when we talk about Arizona for some reason, and this is why. You're in a situation where you can get out of it. From a front office standpoint, but yet you go and you sign him to an extension. So why pay him now to just tank to get a quarterback and try to get rid of him later? I don't know.
I think when you look at the situation and you look around the league and say, okay, I can have Kyler Murray or I can have who can I get for him? And at the time, there was no one there. That they believe
they knew Caleb Williams was coming. So go ahead and trade and get a bootleg quarterback to guarantee for sure you in the top 3 picks. Right?
Yeah, I mean, yes, I get that. You know, you don't sign to an extension. But it looks bad, and you know what? I really do hate it for Kyler Murray because I believe he is a good person, but at the end of the day,
ain't got nothing to do
we
with
talking
it,
about
man.
football. We
So
talking about performance on the field.
Yes, and so much has come out to question his work ethic to go into.
Yes,
it. Does he put in what he needs to be a pro and to get the money? It's a cluster. I'm gonna leave it at that. And as a former professional athlete, I always hate to think that tanking happens, because for me, in the back of my mind, if I go back and look at something, if I ever question the effort put out by certain people to keep us from winning, to have a benefit or gain later, it pisses me off because I know what I put into it. I know what my outcome, what I want my outcome to be. So if you sacrifice the good of everyone for tanking, it's chicken poop. But do I think it's happening? It's hard to question it, bro. It really is, because Caleb Williams is amazing. I saw it with my own eyes in their second game of the season, how amazing this dude is with a football in his hand, right?
Yeah.
He can get it done. He's going to make some team very happy. And I was like, I hope it's my team. But at the same time, I don't want to try to lose on purpose to get him. Right.
You know, I mean, it kind of felt like maybe they did. And I think look, Tampa Bay 2-0.
Hey, don't jump the gun, bro. That's between the line talk. That's between the line talk.
But I'm just, you know, like I say, when I look at that, when I look at Arizona, and I put the tanking in specifically because I knew that would get you riled up. Because I know you hate that idea. Again, being a professional athlete and looking around your locker room like, okay, it's obvious the talent that we need to be competitive, to make it to the playoffs, is not here, one, or two, people in this room know that we're tanking and they're not giving their full effort.
And I don't even, I'm going to say this. I'm not even going to say it's the player that won't give the full effort. I believe when you get in that situation, it's the front office that'll make moves that you go like, who the hell did they just sign? Bobby Jimmy from
Joshua Dobbs.
Bobby Jimmy from Aloysius State. He's gonna be the starter. What? You question a lot.
2 professional starts in 8 years.
Right. He's gonna lead the team to the playoffs. Like,
he's the face of the franchise.
That fool got lost in the lunchroom today. How he gonna lead the team anywhere? You know?
Yeah. That part.
Bruh. As the kids say, bruh.
Jeez. But no, man, that's so I'm watching them. I'm also watching Chicago to see what's going on with them. Because
they're getting mentioned later on too. They're getting mentioned later on too because there's some shit on that one, bro.
Hey, don't steal it. That's mine.
Oh. Nah.
All right, man. Hey, let's see. Let's go to this third down. Big topic here, right? NFL running backs are getting hurt a lot. Now, we know that they get hurt throughout the season, but it just seems, again, 2 games into the season, there's a multitude of starting running backs. And when we say starting, that's kind of a misnomer because it's been running back by committee for the past several seasons.
Yeah, but you know, right? you know who the day one guy, you know who to start the game RB1. Workhorse guy is, Jay. So what you're saying RB1. Is still right. Yeah,
your RB1
correct.
But the laundry list of running backs that have gone down, from your Nick Chubb to Saquon Barkley to it's Jonathan Taylor,
J.K.
Dobbins from Baltimore.
Austin Eckler is now on the watch list. He might not be able to play this week.
Yes.
Somebody else too. I just saw
it's and you know what I'll say, and there's being in shape, and then there's being in football shape. And I think part of that is, and obviously correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember, well, I know that you take dings, you take hits in practice, in preseason, and all those things. To me, it's to callous your body, to get it ready and kind of like, okay, all right.
Agreed.
We're ready to go.
I can agree with that.
You're right. And so, you'll get more throughout the season, but as you continue to go on, your body is like, okay, I'm getting kind of used to the hits. I'm getting used to twisting my body and playing a certain way. And so that when you do get hurt, and as they say, there's a difference between being hurt and being injured, right? Now, if you're injured, you're injured. But those muscles, those, that soft tissue, gets beat on, so it can take the hits.
Jay.
Yes, sir.
The title of the show is "The Running Back Position Will Never Be Valued Now." Right?
Yes.
And that's really, we're really going to dive more into that in between the lines. But I can't pinpoint one situation that's that's causing these running back injuries, but just the only thing that came to my mind was owners are sitting back like, see, I told you that's why. The rate of the injury and Nick Chubb's injury made my stomach turn. Like, dude, that looked like that remind me of Willis McGahee back at the University of Miami against Ohio State in the Fiesta Bowl.
Yeah, and they blew
it was like I was like, yo, your leg not made to do that. I know, and prayers and shout out to Nick Chubb. I hope everything goes well. But bro, that looked disgusting, and I don't, bro. Hey,
I haven't seen it.
I didn't look. If you don't like scary movies, so don't watch it.
I don't. I don't like scary movies.
You don't like scary movies, so I wouldn't watch it. But just what's causing injuries, I don't know. So they're going to continue to run it back by committee.
Yeah,
they're going to continue to go next man up. And the thing is, there's always a person out there looking for their shine and their chance. So one man goes down, next man up. The Browns already got Kareem Hunt back in the building.
Yeah.
So I mean, Bro, unfortunate situation. These dudes are staying hurt. Like I said, we're gonna expand on it a little bit more, man, and
Sure.
you know, a couple segments from now. But it's just an unfortunate situation, and it's like, how does it change? What can eliminate the injury? And the thing is, Jay, and we talked about it briefly before, and you know, in conversing about football, is it the synthetic grass? Is it the turf itself that is the problem? And not the amount of practices, not the hitting in practice or anything else. Do we just look at the surface? And is the surface the problem? And should the NFL address it? Because do you know the amount of money they're putting, you know, World Cup or whatever's coming to the United States, right? All this money they're putting in to make sure there's all grass fields at all these venues for something that'll be here one time. Yet they're not doing that for men that risk it all on the gridiron every Sunday. They will not dig up this field and put new grass in. They're going to make them stay on the synthetic stuff.
I think what to me what the turning point was I believe it was the Pittsburgh I think it was Pittsburgh, Arizona Super Bowl. And I said it was the field was atrocious. It's one of those Super Bowls where the field was just bad. It was on natural grass. It was just horrible. It was just very, very bad. It was coming up. And the NFL was embarrassed, totally embarrassed. And I think that was kind of the turning point and say, we'll never have that situation happen again. That's not to say it's better.
But Jay, they try to go lay brand new ass sod for a game where you had sod that was perfectly fine in a climate that can handle it. That's just like Odell Beckham's injury in the Super Bowl happened because they overpainted the damn synthetic grass too. So what is that? You do too much. Everybody know your name and your brand. Bring that shit up on a superimposed image on the screen. You ain't got to paint it in Crayola markers on the goddamn field. We don't need to see it everywhere. We know it's the Super Bowl. We watching it. The biggest brand, most watched sport event every year.
Yes.
At that time, and you overdo stuff. The NFL will overdo everything except for do the right things to make it a long-term positive effect or outcome. It's stupid.
So you think they should have it should be on grass? Obviously, you're going to say natural turf.
Natural. It cut down concussions and everything else. Man, do you know it's like hitting your head up against the wall of the driveway when you land, you get hit and your head hit the back of that stuff, man.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, I agree. We put black rubber tires in there, help to absorb the blow and help the feet slip so it doesn't. Ooh.
Well, what I was going to say is, so natural grass, and then in the Super Bowl, you just have white stripes that go down.
Hey, dog, I'm going to like Newt Rockney and the Four Horsemen type fields. We just gonna have, and them shits ain't even gonna go all the way across. It's gonna be enough paint on there just to spot the ball. Just enough paint, like, oh, I think the ball go here. Let me put that on. That's a hash mark. Okay.
And just put the shield in the middle, huh?
Yeah, I don't need to see the Super Bowl trophy, the Super Bowl word, the Tostito, Dorito, burrito, none of that. I don't need to see no logos, no nothing.
Just the shield. Put the shield in the middle.
And make the shield small. They had a shield like the size of a house. It's almost like
it was very large.
40 to the 40. That's the biggest shield I've ever seen in my life.
And it was hash to hash. Yeah, and it was like 40 to 40. Yeah, that was very big.
Here's an idea.
What's up?
Do a floor like the NBA. That shit could change.
Yeah.
On the TV.
Yeah.
You superimpose something, man. Get your logo out there. I understand branding and marketing. But player safety is in jeopardy, bro, and I don't get what nobody say. It is.
Well, there's that on that. Let's go ahead and let's get to this fourth down. Over this past weekend, listen, and we kind of alluded to it before, but
excuse me,
Colorado football, and I'm talking about Colorado University, not Denver, because they're trash. Travis Hunter playing both ways, phenomenal player, phenomenal player, right? Unfortunately did get hurt on a late hit by a linebacker. Everyone knows his name, everything like that. And it's very unfortunate what's happening to him right now. But many people are saying he was targeting. He should have been flagged. Well, he was flagged, but he should have been ejected, and he should be suspended. Coach Prime has come out and said, no, look, hey, it was a mistake. It was a hard hit. This is football. This is a game. That's all it is. We're moving on. What do you think? You've seen the play and all of that's gone on with it, but give me your thoughts on that big game.
Man, it happens all the time. We had it happen last night in the 7th grade football game. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's aggression, there's hard hits, there's targeting, and then there's bullshit. Right. That hit that kid put on Travis Hunter was BS, bro. He was out of bounds, clearly. Play was over.
Yeah.
He came in, he took a cheap shot. It was a 15-yard penalty because it wasn't technically targeting because he didn't lead with his head or anything.
Right.
But it was a cheap shot. That's all. I mean, it was. And I'm going to touch on them fools in a little bit in a real short segment, next segment, because, it got out of control.
Yeah.
I don't want the game of football. You can't take aggression out of football and still call it football. It is what it is. Football is a violent sport. And I said that in the show last week that football was my outlet. It was a way for me to get my anger and my aggression out. Now, that didn't mean I was malicious and tried to hurt people. I just played it very violently and I played it very physically. It is what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have to be able to pinpoint and know what's going on, take that dangerous element of malicious out of it, and punish those players that are. So, if a safety comes closing in on a wide receiver and he's going to try to blow him up and knock the ball loose, and his face mask gets in there a little bit, that's forgivable in the middle of a live play because he's
right.
It's they try to give you this small area that you can go hit and attack.
Yeah.
And you're coming in like a Scud missile. Fast as I don't know what. The other guy's fast, yet I have barely seconds to make a decision of how I need to hit this person.
Yeah.
One, to not hurt myself, not hurt that player, and to not be ejected for next week's game.
Right.
It's hard, man. It is hard. But that play you speak of, that had nothing to do with this topic. That had everything to do with that kid being chicken dumb.
Yeah.
And just being dirty. That's really what it was.
Yeah. And I read a lot of the comments. I've been, for sure. Reading the comments and reading and listening to, I gotta see. Excuse me. Wouldn't come out.
Bless you.
Thank you. Watching interviews, post interviews, things like that. The kid is him and his family are getting death threats behind it.
Hey, man, quit death threatening people, man.
Yeah, exactly. Look, do I believe there was malicious intent? I do. I think there was. Should he have been injected in that game? Yes. Was it targeting by the rule? By the, when you look at the rule, no, he didn't lead with his helmet. No, he didn't leave his feet. No, did he, make himself become a projectile? That is considered targeting. He did not do any of those things. But what he did do was, again, play is over.
Mm-hmm.
He went over and he laid a very hard hit. And Hunter was a defenseless player.
Right.
At that point.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to eject him for that, cool. I'm good with that. I would agree with that 100%. Should he be suspended for, a game or two? Probably not. It was dumb. It was emotions. That's what happens, right? But I do see where you're saying, and that's one of the issues that I think a lot of I won't say think a lot of parents are having with how kids are coached, and how they believe they should go about business, and where they don't want their kids to play because you'll have an idiot kid or an idiot coach who they would go over and say, hey, that's a great hit. Knock his head off, knock his block off. You got to take his heart. And, I mean, I've been in those situations, both as a player as a coach and as a fan, where I'm screaming and yelling, yeah, take his head off, rip his head off, spit down his throat. How can you be aggressive without being aggressive? Right. Or let's not say that. How can you be aggressive without being overly aggressive?
It's a fine line.
Yeah.
And the ones who can do it make a career of this game.
Yeah. Yeah. That's for sure, man. But hey,
that whole situation, the fact that we got to talk about it, you know what it made me say, right?
What does it make you say, my guy?
Oh, hell no. 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 Oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
That's right. That's the time of the cast where we look at things that happen throughout the week that, of course, make us say, oh, hell no. Shout out to some people right now that, came in to that I actually had a chance to instruct and saw the cast. They actually went out, bought some merch. We do have merchandise on the website. So you can purchase. They showed me that they purchased an Oh Hell No shirt. You can get yours. They come in different colors and sizes. And we definitely would love for you to sport that. So yeah, get your swag on the link tree, and description is in the bio there somewhere. So yeah, go ahead and make sure you do that.
That link tree, you go to and it's on our YouTube store. If you go to the homepage on YouTube, you click store. It's got the gear right there, man. Get that Oh Hell No.
There you go.
Hey,
get that.
We got a new shirt that's gonna be dropping here in a second, man. And
nice.
Give me through the weekend. I got one that I came up with, dog. That I'm yeah.
It's gonna be nice, I'm sure. But make sure you get your merch. But go for it, man.
Well, I got a couple. First and foremost, man, the Colorado State head football coach, Jay Norvell. Every time he was asked during the game about the chippiness and what was going on, he kept alluding to it being a rivalry, and it's supposed to be like that. At some point in time, you pull your players to the side and say, hey, one more you boneheads get a personal foul like this, and I'm pulling your scholarship. Take control of the game. Yeah. Those kids played a certain way that they were coached. And so I don't care what he says. He coached them to be dirty, and dirty play happened and ensued. And he looked at it as his best way to win a football game. That's classless. And I somebody was like, boy, don't say that. Jay Norvell could walk in my house or could knock on my door right now and offer my son a scholarship, and I would laugh at him because I don't believe he stands for anything that's positive right now. Period. That's how I feel about that. Most importantly, this next one. I mean, and I'm not gonna give him that much spotlight and shine to talk about how stupid he was and never taking control of the situation because he wanted to beat a man so bad. It wasn't even about the team and the rivalry. It was something about Dion that he didn't like and he wanted to beat. Anyway, NFL fans, sports fans, sporting events, y'all got to get a grip, bro. We got a man, a New England Patriots fan lost his life after getting into a fight in a stadium the other night. Sunday Night Football, Dolphins, Pats. Fight breaks out. Man falls down, hits his head on the concrete. They start CPR, rush him to the hospital. He dies later on that night in the emergency room from the impact of hitting his head on the ground. They showed the Washington Commanders game, the first week of their home game. Big fight ensued and broke out. People leaving, had to go to the hospital. At one point in time, did we get away from having friendly rivalries where we don't have to get along, we don't have to like each other when our teams play? But
yeah,
okay, boneheads, let me tell you this. You have no money in this organization. You're not getting paid from these people playing this game. At the end of the day, you punching another fan in the stands has no effect on the game that you're going to watch. It should be about you cheering on your team, and you can boo the other team. But when it got to come to fisticuffs because you don't like what someone next to you says and they're wearing a different jersey, so you want to put hands on them, you got issues. And that's just the oh hell nah. all this fighting and stuff that's going on at these games is stupid. Because what happens when you bring that that one person brings that young child in, trying to create that moment of being at a game and create a tradition, yet just a big ass fight breaks out and someone gets hurt.
Yeah.
And now this child that wants nothing to do with that game because they can only remember the bad things they saw with people getting beat up or even losing a life to go watch a football game. It's ridiculous, Jay. I can't make my stomach turn, man. I saw that on the news, that dude passed away, and I'm like, yo, something got to give. And, I hope the person that did it they press charges to the fullest and he gets charged with murder, because it's just ridiculous that you take it that far to where that game ain't impacting your life that much. You got to come to blows in the stands, man, and you end up killing somebody, dog. Come on, man. Something got to give on that one, dog. That's my old hell nah, bro.
That's crazy. Yeah. I just saw one, but I'm going to hold it. My main one is this. Justin Fields. If you have not seen this story, Justin Fields has come out in an interview. He was being interviewed, post-game interview, and said that because the coaches, he feels robotic, and that is why he is not playing well. He's not able to play free. He has stated, I do my preparation, and when I go through my preparation, they want me to see things and do things, and that's cool and all, but when I get to the game, I just want to play. I just want to play free. Say, look here, bro. They put that in there so you know what to look for, so you make the best decisions. Playing free has gotten you into the situation you're in now. You're 0-2 and you look like hot garbage. Now, look, I'm not a Bears fan. I have a lot of friends close. Don't blame your coach out in the media, in the public. Well, it's the coach's fault, really. That's, I think, what was contributing to why I'm not doing so well. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
The media has enough to go off of to say, oh, it may be the coach. Not maybe. It's the coach. It's the player. You don't come out as the QB, QB1, the face of the franchise, blaming the coaches.
Hey, Jay, is that generational? Is that because of how young Justin Fields is, and that's what young people do? When all else fails, you don't take accountability, you blame somebody else?
But he has a young coach, too. Like, his coach
it doesn't matter. I'm just saying, he's young. His mind.
Yeah.
First and foremost, Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears, I thank y'all for coming into Raymond James Stadium and stinking it up. I do. I really do appreciate it. Hey.
Give him a hand clap.
I'm going to give Justin Fields and the Bears a hand, for that 27-17 victory. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was, but how do you, it was beyond me. I had some other things, but when I saw that, I said, no, truly, he's not, is this a bit? Is this something? No, and he kept going on and on about it. Bro, oh, hell no. Keep it to yourself. Take it into that QB room and say, hey, I feel like I'm not playing free. The looks and reads that you're telling me to look for, I don't see them. How can we get this game? How can you help me adjust? How can you get me to be a better QB? Not, you're making me feel robotic.
Boy.
That's not the place to do it.
That's what I wish I had. Oh, hell no. I wish I had the button right there to push for that.
Oh, hell no. Crazy. All right, man.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right, man. It's
coming in low. Let's get to it. It's time. See me doing it. Bow. All right. Looking at, again, it's football season. It's the happiest time. It's the most wonderful time of the year because it's football. We're going to go through headlines, things that we see. Big Game is going to take it away for us. Start it off, man.
Well, man, first and foremost, man, NFL season is going on, and I know a lot of people have been going crazy waiting for this to happen. Just finished week 2. Jay, it's so crazy that I turned on my TV looking for Thursday Night Football, and I'm like, yo, dude, it's Wednesday, bro. You tripping. That's tomorrow. So, first and foremost, man, things are going on. Like I said, I titled the show what I did about the running back position because I just know something we've talked about a long time before. Jay, you even made a comment like, dude, running backs need to boycott to get paid, right? And I was like, man, running backs have to get paid. And when I saw, it was injuries happening, J.K. Dobbins for the Baltimore Ravens got hurt week 1. But when Chubb got hurt Monday night, I was like, that's it right there. I said, every NFL owner just smiled a little bit. And I don't mean in a sinister way, like they're happy that, Nick Chubb got hurt. I think it's one of those things was like, look, he got hurt. Saquon couldn't finish the game. Yes, we got him where we want him now. We will own the running back position from here on out. And I think it's an unfortunate thing. I think the union will have to try to step in to rectify it. But the way owners are probably looking at it now, NFL running backs will never get the contracts they want or think that they deserve. Due to these key players just getting injuries over the first 2 weeks of the season. So it's just I hate it for the player because I know the work that they put in, and it can change your life. One injury changes your whole livelihood in a sense sometimes. But that running back position, man, they will never be valued of utmost importance again. I don't think it's not going to happen.
So speaking of running backs, and I don't know if you just saw this, I just saw this. The Vikings have acquired Cam Akers.
I did not see that.
From the LA Rams. It just happened. It just happened today. Apparently, it just happened today. Pending, and I'm just reading this right now on ESPN.com on their app.
Well, damn.
Evan Seifert is reporting this. But hey,
refresh.
There you go. But apparently, today, acquired running back Cam Akers from the LA Rams, pending a physical, and they're swapping 2026 draft picks and a conditional 6th-round pick.
Oh, here it is right here. I mean, there.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's the running back position has become devalued to the point where it will have to come into a collective bargaining piece. But what's crazy is it's a positional thing where you have to have the other positions, the other 11 positions say, okay, yeah, I agree. The running backs, or the other 10 positions saying the running backs are getting jerked around, even though you have like monumental contracts being signed by QBs, right? And Pat Mahomes just got his restructured, and now he's the highest paid player in NFL history. And deservedly so.
And saved them $17 million in doing so.
And saved them $17 million. So the QB is overvalued in my opinion. I get it. They touch the ball every offensive play, but the numbers that we're talking about here is ridiculous.
It sells tickets, Jay. Let's just be honest. The quarterback position helps sell tickets, so they're held to a higher standard. And I mean, hey, if anyone knows that better than anybody else, that's the New York Giants are paying Daniel Jones that $5 million contract that just gave his ass. Right?
Hey, I agree. Between that, Kirk Cousins is another one, man. I mean, he has lived and feasted off of great running backs. And yes, he's put up good numbers because guess what? Play action works, people.
Well, Justin Jefferson is your number one receiver helps a whole lot too.
Sure, but you had Dalvin Cook.
True.
You had Dalvin Cook.
True.
You got rid of Dalvin Cook because you said, well, he's old. He's not doing nothing. And he looked pretty daggone good for the Jets that first game.
Well, shit, he didn't do shit against Dallas.
Well, Dallas is a different beast. Okay, that's the best defense
in
the league.
Are they? different beast.
Yes, they are. Name a better defense.
San Francisco 49ers.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah,
Last week.
why not?
What did they do last week?
They won.
They won. They won. But what was the points though? What was the score?
They gave up a little bit more than you guys. It's not the point.
They gave up a lot of bit more. Don't do that. They gave up a little bit.
you just asking that.
Hey, right now, stuff I'll be talking about.
Okay,
this stuff I'll be talking about.
Points to the Rams. Rams aren't horrible.
No, they're not horrible, but they don't have Cooper Kupp.
They don't. But
yes, it's a divisional game. I get that.
Pick up Kansas City's defense in our fantasy league too. Just FYI.
I know you did.
You saw my waiver wire was about to bust. I was working overtime. My team is straight trash right now. But hey, before we move on to get into this top 5, man. A lot of people aren't saying anything, but I want to ask you this: two different quarterbacks I want to talk about real quick. One,
let's go.
Why is everyone blaming Russell Wilson for the Broncos' loss this last game to the
because he gets paid, right? He's the QB is the position of importance. You know, they praise you when you win, they dog you when you lose.
Jay, did you see the game? Did you see the second half of the game? They were up 21-3. Russell Wilson doesn't play defense.
He doesn't.
And did you see
but that was like in the first half.
But did you see that was like in the first half? And Vontae Sweat, like just meeting at the quarterback and abusing Russell Wilson late in that game?
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to blame him for that loss. I'm gonna put a little bit of it on Sean Payton and coaching and change up some of the play calls.
Yeah.
And Washington's defense may be a little bit better than what people thought. They played really well.
Well, it took them 2-3 seasons to finally get to where everyone believed.
Yeah.
But I will say this, you know, they could be 1-1. The first game, they should win. The second game is tough. You know, they
should win. 21-3 lead going into the second half.
They should win. They should have won.
And Sean Payton is your great play caller, the majestic Sean Payton.
Yes. But
I don't think Russell deserves the blame. That's just my point of view. I wanted to ask you about that and get your.
Well, I think it's because they're 0-2. Well, I think it's because it's 0-2 and not 1-1. If they're 1-1, I don't think it's. I think you would see more of that's Sean Payton, that's the defense. You're talking, I don't hear anything. But
no, I was yawning. I didn't say anything.
Oh, that's how you yawn. That's how you yawn. That's amazing, bro. You look like you're talking when you're young. You doing it on purpose. I hate you.
Oh shit, my bad.
But no, yeah. If they're 1-1, it's not as bad. But because they're 0-2, it's bad. It's bad.
And I'm gonna pose this question to A. Reed. I really wish we had the chop shop going right now.
Oh yes.
How worried should the Cincinnati Bengals be being 0-2? Like someone put out a poll the other day about what 0-2 team should be and be worried the most, and I said the Cincinnati Bengals. And mostly I said that because they're already 0-2 in their division.
Yes,
they lost the first 2 games and they were division games. And Joe Burrow had even mentioned that he think he may have re-aggravated the calf.
Now, that part would make me worried as a Bengals fan, but it's not the other part.
What?
It's not the other part. Because they were 0-2 the year they went to the Super Bowl.
Everybody keep going back to that goddamn Super Bowl year. Last year they asked to make it. They didn't. Quit living in the past. Damn it. You sound like A. Reed right now. But my whole thing
listen, that's what a Cowboys fan does.
But they didn't start 0-2 in the division.
No, they didn't.
They didn't start when they're struggling. Jamar Chase, fantasy owners are having heart attacks and strokes all across the country right now.
Yes. With the re-aggravation of the calf, and I fear that there's more to it. You know, it could be the fact that he may have an Achilles thing going on as well.
I don't even want to mention that word. That shit there, boy.
You know, that's the
game
same
changer,
thing, though.
bro.
It is a game changer. That's the same thing that KD was complaining about. He said, "Oh, my calf, my calf, my calf." Come to find out, it was actually his Achilles. So he was, coming back too early, and eventually it gave out on him. We saw that with Aaron Rodgers, and his calf, did this thing. They're like, oh, it may be a calf. I'm like, no, that's an Achilles. So, he needs to take care of it. Can he come back in that division? Possibly, sure. AFC North, why not? I mean, Cleveland laid a definite egg this past Monday.
A big old goose.
Yeah.
Hey, Deshaun Watson played a lot better, though.
Did he?
The penalties killed him, dog. The holding and other things killed him in different situations.
Because I have him in fantasy, and I tell you what, them 2 points in fantasy sure didn't feel like he played well.
Time out. He got you 2, like 1-2, like the second 2?
1, 2.
What kind of scoring y'all? That's not the league we in together.
But he didn't get 2. He didn't get 2.
What scoring system y'all on? Y'all playing like
it's
the
horrible.
Y'all playing the Dewey Decimal system.
Yeah, basically. It's like you get 10 points, man. You are doing it. You are making moves.
You're playing like Roman football. All right, man. Hey, that's all I got for between the lines, man. Because we don't have a whole lot of time, man.
We don't, and we need all the time.
Shout out to Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield being 2-0, where a lot of people said when Baker Mayfield was named the starter, they would be 0-2. So I'm going to take that.
Oh, my bad. Hey, I made a mistake. He got 1.6 points, bro. 1.6. He didn't get 2. I rounded up for him.
Damn. I don't know what league J Stoggs playing in, y'all, but don't put no money in that damn league. You're gonna lose your bread. That's for a damn show. All right, man. Let's get into this next segment, brother.
Let's go.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
That's right. Some people have a top 100. Some have a top 50. Some have a top 25. Some even punk out, and they have a stupid top 10. But not here. No. Big Game Sports Buzz. What's in, what's out, who's in, who's out. Top 5 90s jams. People, let's go. Let's go. This is a tough one.
Hey, man, so, like, just so everybody know, Jay Stoggs will throw these top 5 topics out, y'all, and then he will usually leave a little cliffhanger. And then when we get here to the show, he will throw something else out there like, oh, yeah, by the way, it can't be this. But on this one, he was pretty straightforward. I will give him that.
Straightforward,
I appreciate you being straightforward, Jay Stoggs. Top 5 90s jams. Now, everybody is watching and listening. When you say jams, I immediately think of songs that's going to get you up and get you moving. I'm a big dude. Yeah. I'm big game. I don't do a lot of big dancing. Yeah. But I thought of some songs that actually make, the big man get into a certain groove. And I hit a couple different genres on here, Jay, that I, just want you to know about. Might be questionable to some, but guess what? Like Lil Wayne say, it's my cup. It's my list. It don't matter. It's my list. So without further ado,
my cup is my list.
The big game list.
There we go.
You let me know what you think, bro.
Yeah, let's get ready.
I'm not cheating tonight. I promise. I Get Around by Tupac. Round and round. I mean, it's just hey man, I Get Around come up. It's just something about that West Coast in me, dog. I'm gonna move a little bit. I can't help myself.
That's a good one.
This one, it's all in the name of the song. The second one, all in the name of the song. Party and BS by the Notorious Big. It came out on the Who's the Man soundtrack. A lot of people were like, who is this cat? What is this? It's jamming. And not that it had an up-tempo beat that made you move, but it had mad flow as well. So I got
Yeah.
Party and BS by the Notorious Big. This next one, probably my favorite on this list, but I'm just saying this. Dre Day by Dr. Dre. It's just something about that. Way Snoop Dogg just came in 1, 2, 3 until the 4. I was like, who is this? Oh, that's nasty. The Chronic album, probably one of the best rap albums of all time. And that song there, that was a jam for me. And it wasn't a dance jam, but I'm gonna put that on the car and I'm gonna bop my head and ride around to it.
Okay. I think that's not the right title, but go for it.
Shut up.
It's not Dre Day. It's not Dre Day.
What is it?
It's nothing but a G thing.
Damn it. That's what I meant. Shut it. That's what I So nothing but a G thing, goddamn y'all. That's what it is. My number 3. No. Because he had the one song that was called Still Dre Day. That was
Yes, he did.
Okay, that's my bad. Nothing but a G thing. Goddamn you. Number 2. This song, I still like it to this day, and I think I love it because of my wife's reaction when she hears it to this day. In the same way when we were in college. This Is How We Do It by Montel Jordan.
There we go.
This is how we is off the chain. And another one that I see, and I love it just by the reaction of you go to a party to this day, and everybody shows their age. When this song come on, it is like a black woman anthem. Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe. That is a 90s jam to me. It will get you up out your seat and on the dance floor. So that's my list, man. I Get Around, Party and BS, nothing but a G thing. This Is How We Do It, and Poison.
Very good, sir. This, I have to say, was by far one of the hardest lists that I've had to participate in. One of the hardest. 90s was such a good decade of jams, of good music.
Because you had all the different genres of jam.
Man,
New Jack, swing, hip hop, R&B, rap. Yep.
It was just all right there. I agree with you, nothing but a G thing. That's on my list as well. That's just what it is, man. I mean, that's just one of those. I played this weekend at a 60th birthday party. This Is How We Do It. That's just a jam, bro.
Boy.
You cannot not play that. You cannot not play that. And as soon as this is how we do it. Hey, let's go. Let's get it. That's what it is, man. More money, more problems.
Wow.
That is surprising, I know. But More Money, More Problems was definitely a jam of the 90s.
I love the song. It doesn't come off as that jam, song to me, but hey, you know what? It had
my list. It was a good jam.
Good jam.
It was a good jam. It was a good jam. Fantasy by Mariah Carey, the remix with ODB.
ODB?
Yes.
Oh, New York now.
Hey. Oh, baby, come on. Oh, baby, come on. Oh, baby, come on. Oh. Bro, I can put that on right now and just be vibing to that. Like, yeah.
I know you like that because the little girl in Rush Hour. Didn't she say? Okay, never mind.
She did, but no. No. I like ODB. I like Old Dirty Bastard. God rest his soul. Anyway, back to my list. Finally, and again, I don't do mine in any particular order. Genuine's Pony. Listen.
Hey, man. No, finish. I'm going to ask you that when you're done. I got to ask you a question because I think you know where I'm going to go to on this one, but please finish. Please.
Well, I mean, if that came on, you know what it was.
That's the
you know what it was.
See, everyone may not know where I'm going to go with this because they hadn't seen every single episode of Big Game Sports Buzz. But this song has made another one of your top 5 lists.
Has it? Yeah.
Do you forget? the get them in the mood music?
I mean, yeah. Yes,
saying.
this is it.
Well, I guess depending on how you look at it, you are about to jam in that moment.
I'm jam. Hey, listen, if I'm at the club or a party and this song comes on, you know what? Hey, I'm trying to figure out what you got, right? So there you go. That's it.
Dirt Dog Diggler. Okay. Wow.
You about to go. Look, as soon as we get off here, you know you're about to jam at least 4 of those.
I gotta go to bed because I gotta get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. But in my head, you know, I sung all of them when you said it, dog.
Oh yeah, and I mean, look, there definitely ones that were left off. You know,
Do you
and I
have one
wanted
honorable?
to.
Do you have one that you want to mention?
Man. The tough part is I have two.
Several. Okay.
I have two. It Was a Good Day, Ice Cube. That's a jam to me. And Motown Philly.
Really?
Motown Philly was on my list, man.
All right. I got Soul for Real and Candy Rain. Dog, that was a jam, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why you laughing.
Soul for Real?
Hey, do you tell me you didn't
Soul for Real?
My love.
Come on, man.
Yeah. Boy, hey, that shit was jamming. I don't care.
Bro. High Five Kissing Game. Now that blew that out the water.
No, hey, don't trip. I wrote that one down too. Don't trip. I had it down there. And I just like it can't crack the top 5.
I agree, but I put that over
Candy
Rain, and I like Candy Rain. Candy Rain.
That's your business. I'm just saying that's one of mine that made it.
This is in my cup, in my list.
There's a lot of them. Yeah.
There's a lot that was
and
left
then
on.
And then honestly, my other one was No Diggity by Blackstreet, the one featuring Dr. Dre.
Yeah. That was on my list there. That I had to take that off because
process of elimination. And like I said, Jay Styles like the. Hey man, why does the music ones always turn into like a dope ones? I love it.
That's what it is, man. It's what it is. What kills me though is there's no Wu-Tang on here.
Yeah, but okay. Wu-Tang for me, like if we did a top 5 get hype,
yeah,
Wu-Tang could be all over my list. When I say, but you kind of incorporate a little bit of Wu when you took Dirty Bastard and Fantasy with Mariah. But
yeah, that's true.
I mean, like I said, when I think Get Up and Dancing, Wu-Tang made me want to go chop somebody across the chest like Ric Flair. I was about to go do the Ric Flair chop when I heard Wu-Tang. You know what I'm saying? It just
yeah.
It's you know, it's a little different genre and style of the dancing and then getting into it. But when you said jams, I strictly thought about, you know, or 2, 3 until that's
know. No, I got you, man. I mean, because I really wanted to put Southern Playalistic Cadillac Funky Music for that trunk.
And why was you scared, dog? Why didn't you represent the best rap group?
You know what I'm saying? Of all time. But I I'm looking at it and I'm looking at these and I'm like, man, if I put that on, and this is when my DJ mind comes in. If I put that on, some people would get into it. Yeah, okay, that's cool. They bob their head. But what do I bump out of there? That's why that top 5, man. Do I bump out? This is how we do it? Absolutely not. Fantasy? Absolutely not. Nothing but a G thing? Absolutely not. So now it's between More Money, More Problems and Pony, and it's like,
to me, I ain't gonna lie, Pony wouldn't have made my top 5 jams.
You said it wouldn't?
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, now, was it a hit? Hell to the year. Man, it's a hit.
Dude, he's still touring because of that song.
Right. What about That's the Way Love Goes by Janet Jackson?
Good song, not a jam though. Good song. That wouldn't be in my top 5.
Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Party on down to the escape beat. Just kick in.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Anyway,
That's a good one.
Boy, top. Hey, this was a doozy, but a great one, Jay. Great one. I will.
Thank you, sir. You can see that. I appreciate it, man.
Hey man, I'm gonna present something to you real quick, and don't get mad at me. But if we don't bring the chopper shop back soon, one gotta go. We'll be back on BGS.
Oh no! Hey, we'll bring it back, man. We'll bring it back. That way I don't have to be on there. I can make my, yeah. Nah.
All right, man. Go ahead and send us out of here, big dog.
Hey, you know what? Thank you again for joining us. Thank you for commenting. We always appreciate the love. Make sure that you like, subscribe, share, ring the bell so you know when the next time BGSE Network is coming to you. You can listen to us on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Make sure that we are one of those. I am J Sox, the Buff Nerd. Let's go.
And it's your boy Big Game James. And until next time, we appreciate all the love. Peace.
Dope. It's a dope groove by Speeds.
Yeah. It's a big game. Who you know that got it behind the scenes like behind the O-line soon as the QB say hype.